And we were saying that it's going to
quarantine.
be loud.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else?
We are, and it's like, oh, the fifth wave came to me, but it's not the fifth wave. It's like I don't even know what wave we on now, but it reminds me of like the fifth wave, like of things that are happening.
Like the movie.
But
yeah, y'all saw the movie. Yeah.
But more serious, way more serious than that.
Yeah.
Way more serious.
Yeah.
Not lightly, yeah.
It's with other stuff behind it that she's not saying.
Yeah. So this water situation in I'm trying not to get mad. Please don't. I don't know why. And I mean, I know why it makes me mad. Nothing angry. But I'm trying not to become angry because 2 years ago, I fucking told my people, and granted, I could have been done do better at my message giving, but I told my people, like, yo, it's war, like it's about to be real war, like y'all have to wake up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The thing with the water, Flint didn't have clean water in how long? Flint, Michigan? It's going on, I think, about 8 years or something like that. And there's been millions of dollars funneled into that program, too. Right, and where it go? I don't know. And why they can't have access to clean water? That shit don't make no sense. Doesn't. And who are the majority that are people that are there? Blacks. Okay. Just
they pump faking. They pump faking the house.
Now we have, remember I told you yesterday when I used to deal with, and down there, he lived in projects on like the last floor. Now, I used to tell him all the time, there was something wrong with that water. Mm-hmm. It's something wrong, just the smell. I'm a mermaid, so I'm going to know the water things. But at that time, I wasn't really sure, but I just knew something was wrong with that water. I just didn't know what was wrong with that water. Then out of nowhere, I watch a movie called, I think, Quarantine. Good night to Quarantine. I watch a movie called Quarantine, and everybody was infected in the building. Everybody that lived in this building was infected by the water. I legit watched that movie after the whole thing. After I felt like there was something wrong with that water. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mind you, that movie came out in 2000 and when?
I don't even know, actually.
2015 or something like that. It wasn't a recent movie. It's an old movie.
And I don't even think it wasn't like no Hollywood blockbuster. It was like a what they call a low budget movie. It wasn't low budget. It was actually good, but then
2008.
2008 the movie came out?
Uh-huh.
Good night. Wow. And I'm talking about 5 years ago. 5, 6, 7 years ago, probably. I don't know. But then it was, Ancestors was like, listen, pay attention to this water. Pay attention to this water. So when we ran out of the bottled water, out of the alkaline water, that's why I did that to that water. I boiled it twice, and I ran it through lemon. I put sea moss drops in it, and then I boil it again. I never thought, because that was the old method, boiling water cleans it. Right. Now that I know more about water, it's like, that's not doing enough. Mm-mm. Then, because we don't have access to like coal and things, whatever. Then, I see the article about Jacob Reese houses in Queens, about the water being arsenic. Mm-hmm. There being arsenic in the water. All right, cool. Ancestors like, pay attention to the water. Pay attention to the water. I'm like, okay. Remember, they told me about the droughts. The droughts happened already. People don't even know that the droughts. They don't even know North Carolina, some parts of South Carolina. There are real droughts across the United States. They don't even know that. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Gotta pay attention. All right, cool. Then the ancestors go, they're going to lie. The people, the officials, the agents, they're going to lie and tell the people that there's nothing wrong with the water. The water is poison. It's a slow, it's like if you can...
It adds up.
Exactly.
Over time.
Pay attention to the sequence. If you can, now mind you, the water is off here now. Ancestors just told me that yesterday. I told you, I'm not taking, it's not a fucking coincidence. I'm not taking nothing as a coincidence. Granted, this is co-ops. Doesn't matter. It's one fucking water system to the to New York that connects to other water systems that are able to get to the buildings or get to wherever they need to get to, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. If you tank that one water system,
it's going to flow to the rest of them.
It's going to flow to the rest of them, all of them, slowly. It's like a gas that you cannot see, smell, taste.
Yeah.
How do you put a gas in water? Okay, you got a water tank. Got a water tank? Well, hold up.
Oh.
No, I don't want to use my stuff as what you call it. You have a water tank, right?
Molecular hydrogen comes to mind.
Okay, baby, let's do the things. All right, you got a water tank. This is the baby bottle, but you got a water tank. Imagine it's filled with water. Then you got gas. What holds it down is the pressure. The pressure is going into the water, changing the molecules in the water, creating bubbles of gas inside of the water that is lethal. Don't fucking believe me, just fucking watch. Just watch. When I tell you they are trying to kill you, they are trying to obliterate you. They can't do it because we're really immortal. I don't give a fuck what they talk about. Listen, everything is out the bag now. It is what it is. We are immortal, so they cannot kill us. For every one of us they take, we send them back 100. So it is what it is. Now, this army situation. Ancestors don't want to talk about that yet. Illinois. Let me just light this first. What was we talking about, the purge earlier?
The purge, yes. In Chicago, Illinois, they
not Chicago, Illinois, just Illinois, the state.
Illinois. Okay.
It's in more than one
Illinois.
State. Right.
So
it's in more than one state.
That's what we want to touch on. It is in more than one state, and it's silent.
It's in more than one state.
It's very silent. It's going to happen. We know that it's going to happen. Ancestors know it's going to happen. Everybody, listen, we know it's going to happen. The thing is that we want to send the message out there to ensure that our people target the right target and not target your brother, not target your sister. See, you got to understand, it's war on you. Mm-hmm. So if it's war on you and you're doing, and you're placing your arm against your brother or your sister and you take their life, you're doing the exact same thing the oppressor is doing. It reads as the same energy. Not Iranian. I'm not doing this. I'm not taking no more cases. Not right now. I got too many. Good night. You're doing the same exact thing the oppressor is doing. You understand? This is why it is imperative. If you're going to go forth with this purge, make sure your target is the right target, because guess what? They're going to be targeting your ass. Oh, yeah, they're gonna want your black ass.
Talk about it.
They want your black ass. They want your skin. They want your eyes. They want your nose. They want your heart. They want your fucking finger toes. They want your nails. Baby, they want every fucking part of you. They want to know how. Why?
Black is gold, baby.
They want to know our secrets.
They want your gold. They want your gold. They want your gold. That's
you understand? This is why they kill us. This is why they kill us. Understand? They can't kill us, but this is why they try. Understand this. We don't die. I know that it doesn't. it doesn't take away from the flesh. It doesn't take away from the pain. It doesn't take away from the things that we feel when someone we love ascends or passes away, or, you know, it does not take away, but you can send them to the light. Just send them to the light. Say, whoever their name was, so-and-so, John Doe, I love you for my highest good. Can you please go to the light? For my highest good, can you please be my spirit guide? You understand? You have no idea how much that means to that soul, how much that means to that spirit. You understand? Like, it means a lot. And it also, in turns, help you. Because you're still here. You still got a life to live. You still got a mission to fulfill, whatever that is. So it helps you do that.
That's how you keep them alive.
That's how you keep them alive. That's how you keep, exactly. That's how you keep them alive. Send them to the light. 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 It's something else. It's something else the ancestors want me to say. I'm trying not to get upset right now because it's like, take a deep breath. Take 3 of them.
Breathing is another technique to center yourself, to calm down, find peace. Breathe. That's what she's doing.
Okay. The veil. The veil. The veil was placed behind the eyes to protect you. It's for every melanated being out there. Understand, you are stars. You are family, you are love, you are great, you are power, you are magic, you are amazing. And this is why they want your neck. This is why they want to bust your head to the white meat. And I'm being funny about it. I'm being, I'm coasting on it, but I'm serious. I'm very, 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 very serious. This shit has been going on since I don't want to say since the beginning of time, because it wasn't since the beginning of time, but since the second or third pantheon. Since the second pantheon. The third pantheon. Since the third pantheon. This has been going on. And that's anywhere, I want to say from like 11, if you want to put a time on it, Ancestors is giving me between 1112 and 1117 BC, or whatever the case may be, because there was still millions of years before that. And everything was just peace. Mm-hmm. You understand? So they're saying between 1112 and 1117 BC, if you want to put a time on it. That's when a lot of infiltrations, earthly infiltrations began. Because before then we did have infiltrations, but they were not necessarily on Earth. We had infiltration on Sirius. And that was with the Greys. Yes, we created the Greys. Yes, we did. They are our children. They didn't feel as though they were beautiful enough. They didn't feel as though they were beings of light, of beauty, and they are. So everything that we can do, they can do. This is why a lot of our black people or a lot of our melanated people are against us, or are, you know how they say, or skin folk ain't your kinfolk. Mm-hmm. They're probably just infiltrated by a gray. And that's just the truth. The difference between a reptilian and a gray is the same difference between... No. The difference between a reptilian and an agent is the same difference between Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump. Vladimir would be the reptilian. Trump would be the agent. Pay attention, okay? We have a lot of our people that are agents because they've been infiltrated as agents. Okay, so it's like the dream that you had when the building Everybody looks normal. You just know it's not normal, and you can tell like if you scream or make the wrong noise, or if you make the wrong noise, if you look at somebody wrong, you're gonna set something off. Yeah, because that's how it is. It's the same thing when you got when you got 4 black men in a vehicle and they driving on a highway minding their motherfucking business, and you got an officer that comes out of nowhere and that stops them. Racial profiling. It's the same exact thing.
Same energy.
It's the same energy. It's a set off. We're going to set shit off when we walk in the motherfucking building, period. We're going to set it off. Whether they like it or not. Whether you like it or not, you're going to set it off. You're going to shake the room. Yeah, that's the truth. It's the bottom line. You understand? The objective is to get everybody like that, to get all of our people like that, to get all of our people to shake the motherfucking room, to bust the floor when they walk through. That is the objective. Yes, we work from love. Yes, we are love. We are peace. We are pure. But baby, that don't mean we let people kill us. That don't mean we let people walk all over us. That don't mean we let people step on our motherfucking neck and not do nothing about it. That's not what that means. I said 2 years ago, y'all gonna have to start getting up on these roofs. Everybody want to be a gangster until it's time to be a real hitter. Y'all killing your brothers. Y'all killing your sisters. And then turn around and cry about the police doing it when they the motherfucking agents. That's their job. That's their job. Legit. That's their job. They're the fucking agents. That's their job. Guess what? Boom. That's their job. Their job is not to protect and to serve. That's not their job. It's not. Their job is to keep your black ass down for as far as you can stay down, for as long as they can keep you, for you to remain locked into a system that is not designed, created, nor for you, that is not even of your birthright, but this was the prophecy. It had to be this way to protect you. Shit, I already know. That is hard. Woo! Why do we have to go through all of this? What the fuck you mean, Aset? What you mean this shit protecting us? You see what the fuck we going through? You see what we went through? What you mean that this shit ain't protecting us?
If you think about it, we have all this protection because we are so powerful. If we didn't have all these things in place to protect us and to keep us, that would mean that it's like we are weak beings, but we're not. We're powerful beings.
Don't you know that the
black... We have to have protection. We have to have an entourage around us to help us.
And that entourage is the entire universe.
Yeah,
that entourage. That's right. Say what you want to say, sister.
It's protocols in place.
Yeah.
It's protocols.
Oh, I also wanted to say, when you kill one of your brothers or one of your sisters, that's like taking your own power, because we are all connected. So you're making yourself weak by killing someone else.
Come on.
Don't do it to yourself. It's not worth it.
They don't understand. I don't think the ones that do overstand it's not worth it because they've been infiltrated.
Right.
They've been infiltrated. It's easy to infiltrate a body or a spirit when they are depressed, traumatized, when they're feeling low, they feeling like nobody loved them, when they don't know love, when they haven't seen love, felt love, touched love. You understand? It's easy. It's easy. It's too fucking easy, especially when somebody drinking, and they depressed. It's too easy.
That's when you tap into yourself.
That's too easy. That's
the only way. You have to tap into yourself.
Okay, but how can we get them to tap into themselves? How can we get them to unlock from the hood? Because I got the book. The book is not enough. But how can we get them to, like I said, I wish I could snap my fingers and it happened. But we're in a whole different dimension, right?
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You could put the information out for them, but you can't force them to read it. You can't force them to overstand it. You can't force them to understand it. The ones who are meant to understand it and overstand it they will pick up on it. Yes, everyone needs saving, but
It's
it's like,
basically
how can you
how
save
you do
everyone?
it is by
It's like beating a dead horse.
it's by being the example. That's how you do it.
That's
Right.
true.
You do it by being the example. You do it by having conversations like these. You do it by having as much influence as you possibly can.
He wants to be a part of the conversation too.
Yes,
that's
I
all.
know.
He
But
said,
yeah,
I
it's
know you
basic-
guys
it's
talking
basically
about some
just being-
interesting stuff.
It's basically just being an example and making sure that the messages get out. Like, the right people will see it. The people who are ready to tap into themselves, the people who are ready to face themselves, the people who are ready to activate themselves will see the messages. They will see your light.
This is true. Oh boy.
But the way they have this matrix set up is just to divert your attention. You're always thinking about something else, or
It's a distraction.
right, it's a distraction.
It's full of distraction.
Everything that doesn't have anything to do with you is what they want you to be worried about, instead of
worrying
focusing
about
on
the
yourself.
things that, like yourself.
Yeah, yourself, your family, your loved ones. It's just a distraction. Think he's ready?
He's in his walker, right? There's some right there. Oops. Him and his crackers.
Yeah, he's ready for some snacks.
He want to be free, but like I said, he's messing with that thing. So he didn't like the fact that I put him in the walker just now. I don't care.
We just edit this part.
She's gonna leave it.
She's really
Oh.
taking out nothing.
I knew that.
What did I miss? I heard you talking, sister.
Yes.
What were you telling the people?
Basically, what was I telling them? Oh, Sister asked the question before she got up. Like, how do you get everyone to wake up? How do you do it? She's like, she wish she could just snap her fingers like this and wake everyone up. So basically, I was just explaining that the way that you do it is by being the example and putting the information and the messages out, because it will come across the people who are supposed to see it, the ones that are ready to receive, face themselves, activate, basically all of that.
Knowledge, baby.
Yeah.
What things?
It's the influence.
That was perfectly put though.
Yeah, it was.
That was perfectly put. That's good, because you know your sister. If she would ask me that question, I'd have been like, well, which gun can I use?
Oh my goodness. She asked the question, I saw the answer right away. It just lit up.
Don't with royalty.
There must come a point in life. You know why I'm like that? Because I feel like, just like everything else, if you're in a toxic relationship, if you're in an abusive relationship, anything, there always has to come a point where you realize that you deserve better. It's kind of like nothing major should have to happen for you to be like, let me snap out of this, whatever this is.
I deserve more.
You know what I mean? Like, there should come a point. So me, when I say which gun should I use, it's kind of like, well, which trigger should I, when let me pull the trigger. Because it seems like you're not ready to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or in a less violent way, it's like, what tool do I use? What tool can I use to help myself out of this?
No, it's going to be a gun. It's going to be, that's the tool.
That is one tool.
You know why? Because the trigger has to, because the explosion, the bullet being set off is what I'm talking about. That's what you need to happen. Boom, nigga. You're lucky I didn't pick a bomb because a bullet is a lot
tool.
less destructive. Because if I'm talking about a group of people, all right,
that's another tool. But what I'm saying on a more simple level, more basically, it's like there's also another tool of people being kinder to themselves and realizing what it is that they do deserve and how they should feel. If you start that way, you might not really be setting off bombs and pulling triggers.
I get it.
But if you do need to go to that extent, you will be ready to do so because
Right.
you love yourself that much.
That much. So let me tie it all in. You're basically saying the same thing differently on both sides of the knife, right? It's like I don't want to say a double-edged sword because it's not really a double-edged sword. It's more like on top of the double-edged sword. But it's like you have a being that love themselves. You have a person that love themselves so much. So you have to know when. You have to know when to pull a trigger. What? So that's basically saying, to bring it down, it's basically saying when to respond and when to react. Mm-hmm. Everything does not deserve a response. Everything does not deserve a reaction.
Right.
And then on top of you reacting or choosing a response or choosing a reaction, what you then have to do is choose a feeling.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Yes.
So now you have an event. We have events that are taking place. Let's just talk about the events that are in the world. We're not going to keep it personal. We're going to keep it about the world because that's what we want to do. We want to heal the world because we love her so much.
Heal the world.
Yes.
Make it a better place.
Oh, man.
For you and for me and the entire race.
Who put it back?
And then I was like, good night to the Brax Knots.
What a concert!
Yeah, we will go back
$50 a ticket. Let me tell you, there's more with that kid.
Yes.
Anyway, on a serious note, yes.
Good night. What are we talking about? All right. Good night.
You said it was.
You said
sword.
yeah. You don't want to say double-edged sword.
Right. So on top of the double-edged sword, right? It's like basically sitting on top of the double-edged sword because there's always more of an extreme to both sides, right? You have let's talk about the world, the events that's happening in the world, the major event that's happening in the world that affects a lot of us collectively is when we have a senseless ass murder, a senseless police murder. Whether we're gonna keep it on.
Yes.
Ancestors say, yeah,
yes.
You heard them.
Mm-hmm.
Police brutality. That is one thing that triggers all of us. It triggers us in a way where we want to march, we want to do this, we want to do that, yada, yada, yada. Right? And how am I going to tie this in? I need you to show me a picture because I done lost my doggone focus.
It's the feeling. Selecting the feeling.
Love.
She asked you about selecting a feeling.
Yes, you started with the feelings, but I feel like you were leading up to love because I was talking about pulling a trigger in a certain type of way, and she was talking about using it, doing the same thing, but
no, Ancestors is talking about the reaction, the responses, and the reactions leading up to that. So I'm trying to see how am I tying in police brutality to a reaction energy.
Because it's a senseless act, and because of their stature in...
No. On the other side, our energy.
Oh, okay.
Our energy. We have to raise our energy. How we protect one another is by raising our energy. Our energy is how we protect one another. It's not to say that there will not be casualties of war. It's not to say that. But moreover, those casualties of war will be taken care of, meaning they will be sent to the light. It's just it's a lot. I'm trying not to go too deep.
Too fast? Because it has to get deep.
It has to get deep. It's going to always get deep. But I don't want to go...
Or I could pull the trigger.
See? I'm trying to explain the things respectfully.
Right.
Stick to a relationship. Okay, you have a relationship. You have a relationship where one partner is abusive. I'm not doing male, female. I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. You have a partner that is abusive. Okay, the partner that is abusive is as obviously the abuser. The partner that's getting abused is the abusee. This is the partner that's they. Okay, so let's just say that they've been together for 5 years. Ancestors is running this down. They've been together, let's say, for about 5 years. She's been being abused for the entire 5 years, right? Her pulling her trigger would be either to fight back or to leave. She might have to fight back before she leaves. She might have to pack all her shit and leave. Pack all her stuff one night while he's asleep and leave. You understand? She might have to kill him in her sleep, in his sleep, for her to leave. Either way, she has to choose a response. She has to choose when she's going to react. She has to choose how she's going to react. She knows why she's reacting. She gets to a point in this relationship, she says, well, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to be here no more. He doesn't necessarily want, she, whoever. I'm trying not to put gender on it. And
I was about to say, you said she, so now the people are going to be like, oh, it's always the girl.
Yeah,
no,
I'm really trying.
You made it let's keep that.
Trying to keep it non-gender. Non-gender. And
they use
the person, the abusee, gets to a point in the relationship where they say, well, you know what, where they feel like they think, they believe, I don't want to do this no more, yada, yada, yada. So they then now have to think of a response. How are you going to respond, or how are you going to react to this person, to your abuser, because you want to now leave? This is where she chooses the feeling. Her emotion is that she wants to leave at that moment because she's been in hurt. I did it again. I must be talking about myself.
It doesn't really matter.
I know, but
The message is going to be the message.
I've experienced this, but I'm really trying to be genderless,
right.
And it's like it's I'm remembering certain things.
Right.
It's not triggering me, but I'm remembering certain things. Like, okay, so she's at this point where she wants to leave. She begins to choose an emotion. How does she do it? This is what we call like an escape plan.
Right.
How does she do it? How does she leave? What would you do in a situation whereas you have an abuser who is abusing you and you want to leave? How do you leave from that? What emotions do you choose? You know your emotion. Sorry, excuse me. Pause. You know your emotion. What feeling do you believe is the responsible feeling for you to leave, knowing, giving all the facts that you've already gone through your entire relationship? It's gonna make sense in a little while. I'm just trying to, I'm building up.
Take it through the steps. Take us through the steps. I get it.
So, okay, let's go back. You have an abusee, been in a relationship for 5 years, right? After it's 5 years, they're at a point. The abusee. The abusee is at a point where they want to leave. They want to leave. Okay.
A and B.
What's A and B?
A is the abusee, and B is the other one.
Oh,
excellent.
A wants to leave. Mm-hmm. Okay. A has been abused for 5 years, right? This is the fact. She's been abused, busted lip, been sent to the hospital. Let's say they have 2 kids together. They live together, and he abuses her. And let's say B abuses A. B abuses A, right? And let's just say B, I'm going to just throw this in here. B is HIV positive, and A don't know that B is HIV positive, and A is being abused by B, and A wants to leave with the children. Mm-hmm. How does A leave that relationship? By choosing a responsible feeling, a responsible trigger. How is she pulling her trigger? You see, you understand how I'm trying to...
responsible feeling that's connected to action.
Why you say responsible?
Right. When she says responsible, it took me away from my original answer.
Like, why you say responsible?
Because when someone is allowing someone to do something to them, you are irresponsible.
Oh, okay.
Within yourself, you are internally irresponsible. I was waiting for that question. You are internally irresponsible. Someone is only going to do something to you that you allow.
This is a fact.
And this is also based on energy.
This is a fact. That's a big fact.
That's a very big point because when you said responsible, it usually most people look at being responsible outwardly and not inwardly. So when you say it like that, you are irresponsible with yourself. That clears it up.
So, what responsible feeling? What trigger? And we're not talking about a trigger that's a negative trigger. We're talking about a trigger that's going to get her to get A to leave, right? What trigger, what feeling? This is how we use it. The trigger is the feeling. Trigger equal feeling. That's trigger equal feeling. In this scenario, that's how we're using it. Trigger equal feeling. Mm-hmm. Right? What trigger is
A going to use?
What trigger is A going to responsibly use to effectively leave the abuser and both of them have justice?
Why does B need justice?
I'm going with self-respect.
I'm going with why does B need justice? B is abusing A.
Okay.
Why does B need justice? Justice for what?
A accepted the abuse from B.
Okay. Justice for what?
B been through some A. Who are we talking about?
B been through some
B
things.
been through some shit.
Okay, so
causing them to behave this way.
Why does
which makes them a victim too.
Fine. Why does the responsible trigger have any influence or any connection?
Who said that it does?
Because it's for the good of all.
Because you connected them too.
But who said that it does?
You're looking to have an outcome that is for the good of all, and that is the reason why B requires to have justice as well.
But how can you grant justice to someone that has done so wrong?
I gotta think about that.
You have to forgive them. It's like justice through forgiveness. Because it's not their fault that they
Why is it not their fault?
Because you just said that they're a victim too. So
but it doesn't just because you're a victim, it does not mean you don't know what you're doing.
No, I understand that.
Hold on. Ancestors want me to make this very clear. I'm not contradicting myself. Pay attention, follow the sequence. I'm just not giving the answer
away.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. You. I'm not going to give it to you. Okay. Now, go ahead. I forgot the question.
I said through forgiveness because it's like, yes, they know right from wrong, but at the same time, it's not their fault that they went through what they went through. Yes, they have a choice to react however they choose to react, but at the same time, it's like with you forgiving them, it's like you're forgiving yourself and you're healing them at the same time. So everyone is winning.
Right.
You're healing everyone at the same time.
Forgiveness is on the vibration of love. Right? Remember that. Forgiveness is on the vibration of love. It's a part of love. Now, how does A responsibly and effectively leave the relationship? What does she do?
What do they do?
Excuse me. What does A do? Why are you raising your hand? Just
pick me.
Because I feel like I'm in class right now.
All right.
I'm studying. because I like to close it up. Sorry. I was gonna say, forgive herself.
Right.
Okay.
I was gonna say, forgive herself.
How? She wants to leave the relationship. She want to leave. She want to go. She want to.
She can go.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I'm so sorry. So sorry. I'm trying to make it genderless. It's
A needs to forgive A's self.
how?
Simply.
Say the words.
Saying it, yeah. Simply.
And believe
Say
it.
the words.
Simply, like being genuine about it.
Say
as
it
well.
and feel it. You gotta say it, feel it, believe it. You can't just say it.
Right.
You gotta believe it too. Feel it. Put yourself in that forgiving
energy,
like place.
Now.
Yes.
She's never been. Excuse me. A's never been told this before. She don't. A has nothing. A know nothing about this.
mm-hmm. Right?
Now,
A doesn't know nothing about this. A hasn't. Now what does she do?
A would end up standing up for themselves because of the forgiveness and the love that they have for themselves.
Right. She would. Excuse me. A would stand up for herself. A would stand up for themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
How? This is the trigger. How?
Creating a boundary.
Don't define something. Put your mind in A. You're A.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Make the escape plan to leave.
What is the plan? What is it?
Like I said, I would be looking at the timing of things, how to physically remove myself.
How would you? Okay, take me through the process. Take me through 5 steps. Step 1.
Plan, sit down and strategize where I want to go, how I want to leave, who I'm taking with me.
What you taking with you?
What I'm taking with me.
Take me to the next step.
The next step is figuring out how I'm getting where I'm going, assigning a time to it.
Get this cracker. You want cracker? Go on, knock me. Here. Now go in there. And FYI, there's a fan here, so yeah, we smoke, but everything goes that way. Incense and yada yada. Because I don't need nobody on social media like, oh, blah, 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 blah. No, we don't do that.
Good job.
Okay. So we have planned everything out.
Right. Strategize.
Right. You're planning.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically planning out your next 4 steps.
Right.
Right?
Correct.
The next step is figuring out what?
The transportation, like how you're getting to where you're going.
How you're getting to where you're going. That could be a part of number 1, but okay. Let's keep going. What's number 3?
Number 3, like making sure the execution is
How?
effortless.
How? There needs to be confrontation.
Right.
There's going to be a confrontation.
So in that respect, I would say it's like pre-planning what your conversation would be so that you know that you'll be able to exit as smoothly as possible.
So remember, A is with a person that is non-communicative. I should have gave B some personality traits, but they're an abuser. So they're non-communicative. They're closed off. They're blocked off. They don't really listen to anything A has to say, right? If you think about it, if you think about A and B, I'm giving you the difference between an agent and a starseed.
Okay.
Or That's actually perfect. Ancestor said that's perfect. An agent and a starseed. Someone that is infiltrated and someone that is not infiltrated, but is going through this process of infiltration. Because if you don't want it. I'm coming. All right.
You should not be on this.
I wanted to get knocked out. If you think about non-healing, if you think about not healing or not loving yourself or refraining from basically doing the work to raise your vibration, you then become an agent, because all of that pain then becomes internalized, and then you externalize it. So now everybody you meeting, instead of A being the abusee, they now turn into the abuser. So this is what we want to break. And now I'm using those type of terms, but when it comes to the police and us, this is why we need to raise our vibration. Because what's happening is that we're in certain places and around certain people that are attracting agents. We are around other agents that attract agents. You understand? That attract those other agents. So, okay. I think I don't know if I
What too far?
You drove off course?
No, I didn't drive off course. I want to make sure it's understood, and I'm trying to put everything together in my mind, and I don't want this recording to be like an hour long. But good night. So, when it comes to unlocking from the hood and just learning how to heal and raise your vibration, when it comes to that, you have to understand, like, your being, you are the center of your being. You are that center. And certain people around you might just be agents. You have to be honest about the people that's in your life, about the people that's around you. If there's somebody in your life that is always speaking down on you, if it's somebody in your life that every time you tell them good news, they shut it down, or every time you tell them something good or something that you want to do or something that you aspire to be or aspire to do, and they shut it down, that's an agent. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. That's an agent. That's somebody that's been infiltrated. And yeah, they look like us. Sometimes it's our mothers. Sometimes it's our fathers. Sometimes it's our brothers, our sisters. Sometimes it's them. And even when it's them, you still love them. That don't mean you be around them. You can love them from a distance. But you still love them, because what that love does is it helps whatever infiltration that is, it detaches from them. But you got to love yourself so much to the point where that can happen. And this is how this is what we're gonna, over time, this is what we're gonna be teaching how to do.
I got it, Sistah. Anyone that is around you who is basically killing your joy or your dreams, speaking negatively about your dreams, your aspirations, you need positive people around you at all times.
At all times.
At all times. If you don't have those people around you at all times, they are infiltrating your greatness.
Exactly.
They're hindering your progress or the destination where you got to be at.
Exactly. And this is how you avoid interaction with agents and with police and with officials and with Everyone has a job. Everyone has a mission. The people that's supposed to have interactions with them, they're geared and protected in a way where they may spend a night into a jail, baby, but they going back out there on the field. You understand? That's not everybody's job. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel what your mission is. You're going to know God is going to tell you what your mission is. But you got to humble yourself. You have to humble yourself. You have to. And how you get to a place to humbling yourself is that you have to be honest about the shit that you've been through. You got to be honest that the things you've been through and the things you allowed yourself to go through, the things you allowed people to do to you, the things you allowed yourself to experience, because you have a choice. You have a choice. I allowed myself to do some things that I may not be proud of, but shit, I wouldn't take it back because, baby, I'm here. I do things. It is what it is. More importantly, you have to be able to overstand who is around you, who is in your circle. Mm-hmm. Some people are infiltrated and don't even know that they fucking infiltrated, my G. Like, for real. Some people are infiltrated and don't even know. Because it feeds off, or it comes off as, oh, they're hurt and they're sad, or they just angry, or they just this, and they just, nah, baby, they're infiltrated. Look at them. Look how they move. Look how they walk. Listen to what they're saying out their mouth. Pay attention. If you pay attention to how somebody speaks, you can for damn sure see how they think. Pay attention. I want to say so much more, but I don't.
We'll do another video.
Yeah.
We're going to do another video because I don't want to put too much.
Not
this
one.
is uniquely,
right after this.
Uniquely Divine Sisters. This is our first
video
of
ever.
Many.
Our first of many.
Of many.
Yes.
And it's real raw and uncut. Ain't
As
nobody, right? Ain't nobody up here trying to be no goddamn beauty pageants.
That's a lie.
Things.
That's a lie.
Okay, maybe she is.
We beautiful.
We are beautiful.
You'll see.
You know, but right now we just had a few things ancestors wanted us to say. We got a lot of things to say, a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to go over, a lot of things to touch on. And it's going to be beautiful because we're going to raise the vibration. We're going to come together. We're going to commune together. And if we got to fight, baby, we're going to fight together. You understand? In love, out of love, with love, through love, under feet, over feet, however you want to talk about it, we're going to do the things. That's the point. I am Aset.
I am Empress Moon.
Because I don't know.
Moon over here.
I only pause because I want to figure out, I'm just trying to figure out exactly what I want everybody to know me as. That's why I didn't just say my name.
What is on your leg, sister? You just got it on your leg.
There's you. There's yellow. Hello.
Yes.
I love that.
I said my name. I said I'm
That's what I'm
Empress
saying.
Moon.
I'm not the only one next.
We have a few magical. We have a few celestial beings here, and
What do I want?
we do the things, and
Stay tuned.
Aye. Let's go. Aye. I am Aye.
Good night.
you are definitely Aye with some motion.
Well,
Uniquely Divine Sisters signing out.
And
I'm the party animal.
We drop the mic.
Sister don't realize it needs to be perfect. That's why I had to think about it for a second. I didn't just want to say any name. I'm like, I want
because you want people to recognize you
and I'm going to keep it. It's not something like I'm going to change. Like, you know what I mean? So
Aye is actually perfect though. Because that's who you are. You are Aye.
Yes.
So, oh yeah.
Don't call her.
Yeah. All right. Uniquely Divine Sisters, 11/20/22. We are having our first ancestral ceremony well, it's not our first one, but it's our first one inviting people.
The public.
Right.
Yes.
People. And it's going to be magic. It's gonna be magical. It's
Come
gonna
on,
be
come on.
amazing.
Come one, come on.
It is all white or light colors, baby blue, pink blue, pink blue, baby blue, baby pink, just light colors. It has to be light colors.
No black.
No black. We're gonna do some reversals. We're gonna do some cleansings. We're gonna do some readings.
We're
it's
going
gonna
to
be
dance.
amazing. Yes, we're gonna
There's
do.
going
We're gonna
to be
dance,
music,
and we're gonna just have we're just gonna have so much fun. Ancestors is gonna be in the building.
as
A
they
lot
are.
of you are going to feel the presence. All of you. I want everybody is gonna feel the presence, but some is gonna be a little too nervous, and we already know. So it's okay.
That's
You know what I'm saying? So we are definitely going to make it very comfortable for everyone that buys a ticket. Please click the link in the bio. Hit me up. DM me. Get your tickets. It is November 20th, 2022. Meet us in person. Commune with us. Get this love. Get this healing. Get this joy. And learn some secrets, baby. Let's do the things.
Yeah.
We
baby.
out.
Do the things. 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 Do the things.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.